That day was a sweltering summer day in New York, a city that never sleeps, where warm sunlight enveloped the bustling streets. Michael Strahan, a television star and former football player, had just finished filming for his famous morning show. Always an optimist, with a radiant smile and professional demeanor, Michael had won the hearts of millions of viewers through every story and humorous moment shared on the show. The filming had gone smoothly, featuring celebrity guests and plenty of funny stories. Michael's smile was a constant source of inspiration for those around him. In the audience, laughter rang out, and camera flashes flickered continuously. Even after filming ended, many people lingered, hoping to steal a moment of conversation with their idol. Upon completing his work, Michael stepped out of the studio, feeling energized. He was dressed in a sharp black suit with a blue tie, always the perfect choice for occasions like this. There's nothing quite like meeting and connecting with the audience. Handshakes, expressions of gratitude, all of it made him feel valued. Michael knew that no matter how busy life got, connecting with people was always important. Climbing into his SUV, Michael treated himself to some music. He turned on his favorite song, a cheerful tune he often listened to during stressful times. As the music played, beautiful memories of a vibrant life flooded his mind. He recalled precious moments with family, trips with friends, and unforgettable memories from his sports career. Even the medals and awards he had received still felt fresh in his memory. On the way home, Michael decided to stop by a grocery store to pick up a few items for dinner. He enjoyed cooking and was an excellent amateur chef. His mind was filled with recipes and meal ideas he would prepare for his loved ones. A bit of garlic bread, some fresh salad, and perhaps the barbecue dish he had learned from his mother. Michael always believed that a simple dinner with family could create cherished memories. As his car moved through the crowded streets, little did he know that fate was lurking. Suddenly, in a moment of distraction, a speeding truck came from the left and crashed directly into Michael's vehicle. Everything happened in an instant. A deafening sound rang out, and Michael felt a searing pain tearing through his reality. It was the first time in his life he felt ultimate fear, realizing he was in an uncontrollable situation. A fight for survival began. While rescue personnel were called to save him, Michael was trapped inside the wrecked car. Panicked bystanders called for emergency help, a sense of despair engulfing everyone. In Michael's heart, images of family, friends, and beloved fans came to life. He wanted to live, to return and continue bringing joy to others. When the ambulance finally arrived, the medical staff rushed to save him. They worked to extract Michael from the mangled vehicle, but his condition was deteriorating. In his final moments, the question why echoed in his mind. Why on such a beautiful day? Why him? Michael thought not only of himself but also of those he loved, his parents, his children, and the millions of fans who were waiting and cheering for him. As Michael was rushed into the emergency room, his parents were already there. They stood outside, filled with worry, constantly praying for their son's safety. The bright green lights and the cacophony of the hospital created an atmosphere of tension. They could not believe that Michael, whom they had nurtured and watched grow to success, now lay in the shadow of death. Time dragged slowly, like each tear falling in silence. Finally, the doctor came out with a serious face. He announced that Michael Strahan had not survived. Those words struck the hearts of everyone present. A shock, a loss too great. No one dared to think a star of his stature could leave so suddenly. News of Michael's death quickly spread throughout the city, and then the country. The media buzzed with reports. Social media flooded with heartfelt posts reminiscing about his glorious career. Fans rushed to send condolences, sharing memories of the idol they had always loved. Tears fell on keyboards, and a sense of regret enveloped an entire generation. Michael's farewell ceremony was held in a solemn atmosphere, attended by thousands. At the church where the funeral was held, friends, colleagues, and fans lined up to say their final goodbyes. Each person carried fresh flowers, burning incense for the soul of the departed. Colleagues in the television industry, along with former athletes, all sent their farewell to the man who had inspired them for many years. The thoughts and memories of people about Michael were expressed through touching speeches. Colleagues shared stories of his humor and kindness and how he was always ready to help those around him. His parents were also present, their voices choked with emotion as they spoke of the absolute love they had for their son and the pride they felt watching him grow and succeed. In silent moments, the melody of Michael's favorite song played, creating a sacred atmosphere. Everyone sang along with heavy hearts, as if it were a final tribute to him. The recollections of the beautiful moments he had brought to everyone, from humorous stories on television to meaningful charitable activities, revived Michael's spirit in their hearts. Michael's departure was not just a personal loss but also that of a whole community and culture. He had brought joy, optimism, and hope to everyone. The producer of the show where he worked shared, Michael was not just a star but a symbol of perseverance and struggle. His legacy will live on in our hearts. In the days following the funeral, social media continued to overflow with images and stories about Michael. Fans launched a campaign to celebrate his life and career, with the hashtag #ThankYouMichaelStrahan trending worldwide. Those who had worked with him shared beautiful memories about how he was always ready to help and inspire them. Life went on, but Michael's shadow would never fade. Those left behind would tell future generations about him. A man who not only knew how to make people laugh but also cared and helped those around him. Michael Strahan would forever live in the memories of everyone as a model of confidence, kindness, and passion for life. He may have passed, but the values he left behind would always follow those fortunate enough to know him. In the time that followed, a charity foundation named after Michael Strahan was established to continue charitable activities and assist those in need, a way to perpetuate his legacy. Michael's friends and colleagues committed to working tirelessly to keep his spirit alive. Months went by, yet the image of Michael Strahan remained vivid. Fans continued to share stories and images about him as a way to keep his memory alive. And although Michael was no longer with us, his spirit and legacy would continue to inspire many future generations. In a world full of change and uncertainty, Michael Strahan's story reminds us of the importance of living with compassion, courage, and passion. No matter how different our paths may be, we can all learn from Michael's life and career to live a meaningful life and leave beautiful marks for the next generation. And as we remember Michael Strahan, we don't just think of a television host or a football player. We remember a friend, a mentor, and a brother who brought joy and inspiration to millions. Michael Strahan is gone, but his legacy will live on, an inseparable part of our history and culture. Michael Strahan was born on November 21, 1971, in Houston, Texas, into a family with a sporting tradition. His father, Gene Strahan, was a former military man who served in the United States Air Force, while his mother, Louise Strahan, was a teacher and psychologist. Michael grew up with two sisters and a brother, and his family placed a high value on education and independence. From a young age, Michael was encouraged to participate in various sports activities. He frequently played basketball, baseball, and especially football. During summer afternoons, Michael and his friends often played ball at the local park. They would divide into two teams and play until dark, creating their little championship full of drama. These moments helped Michael develop teamwork and competitive spirit. While attending Westbury High School, Michael quickly stood out due to his athletic prowess. He was not only a football player but also a versatile athlete, participating in other sports like track and basketball. Due to his efforts and talent, Michael won numerous awards and scholarships. These years not only nurtured his athletic dreams but also shaped a resilient, determined character. After graduating from high school, Michael received a scholarship to Texas Southern University, one of the key universities for African American athletes. However, the path to the NFL was not easy for players coming from smaller schools. Many believed that players from larger institutions like the University of Texas or the University of Alabama often had an advantage in the competition for NFL positions. Despite the challenges in attracting the attention of scouts, Michael did not give up on his dream. At Texas Southern, Michael continued to shine with impressive defensive capabilities. He made his mark with powerful tackles and smart play. His professionalism and discipline during practice helped him refine his skills. Intense training sessions became part of his daily routine, and Michael was always eager to improve himself. Training in the scorching Texas weather taught him lessons on patience and skill enhancement, and he became one of the team's top players. Finally, in 1993, Michael realized his dream when he was chosen by the New York Giants in the second round of the NFL Draft. The emotion at that moment was unbelievable, joy bursting forth, thunderous applause, tears of happiness glimmered in his and his family's eyes. Part of him knew that this was just the beginning of a challenging journey, but that moment opened the door to a new world. As Michael Strahan stepped into the NFL, he envisioned that the following days would be filled with difficulties. The New York Giants were a storied franchise with a strong roster, meaning there was immense pressure for him to prove himself. Moreover, Michael knew that those chasing his position were also talented players, seasoned and experienced competitors, making the journey of self-affirmation even harder. On his first day with the Giants, Michael was very impressed by the team's atmosphere. As he entered the practice field, he felt a mix of nerves and excitement. This was a place where real athletes fought for their dreams. He saw teammates, who he had only ever seen on television, giants on the field. However, he also realized that he was not weak and had nothing to fear. The first few months in New York were not easy. Michael had to face the rigorous environment of the NFL, fierce competition, tough games, and injuries. He had to train relentlessly, developing new skills and strategies. Every practice was a challenge, where he often pushed himself to the point of exhaustion but couldn't give up. At that point, an injury struck. In a game, Michael suffered a serious shoulder injury and had to sit out for an extended period. This was the most challenging moment of his career. He felt disappointed and heartbroken watching his teammates play while he was sidelined. In those days in the hospital, the bright spotlight of attention faded. But this time forced Michael to realize there were more valuable things than personal ambition. He began to spend time learning defensive strategies, getting to know teammates, and perfecting his skills. When he returned to the practice field, Michael came back with a completely new mindset. He learned not to view football through a personal lens but to see how to be part of a team. The fire of passion within Michael burned incessantly, and eventually, his efforts paid off. Michael gradually cemented his position in the starting lineup. He began to become a key player for the team with dazzling performances. His perseverance and determination reinforced that he was on the right path. In 2007, Michael Strahan and the New York Giants had a memorable season. They excelled in overcoming many strong opponents to secure a spot in Super Bowl 42. Michael distinctly remembered the mix of excitement and anxiety as the championship game approached. The stadium was decorated vibrantly, cheers from fans echoed everywhere, and everyone believed in victory. The game was gripping. Michael and his teammates had to confront a formidable New England Patriots team, which had not lost a single game that season. The final minutes of the game were the most thrilling moments of his career. Michael recalled the encouragement and support from teammates, family, and fans. With every step, he felt the strength and determination from everyone around him. In a dramatic turn of events, Michael and his team claimed victory. That moment of glory was not just his, but of millions of fans who had always supported the Giants through tough times. Emotions erupted as Michael and his teammates embraced, affirming that their efforts had led them to this moment. At the award ceremony, when Michael was named MVP of the game, he felt as if all his hard work had been rewarded. After his success in the Super Bowl, Michael, now the face of the NFL, decided to retire in 2008. It was a difficult yet necessary decision. Michael felt he had given everything to his football career and wanted to start a new chapter. Leaving the NFL marked the end of an era but also opened new opportunities in life. During his retirement, Michael reflected on his achievements and what he could do next. He decided to continue pursuing his passion for television and entertainment. Michael began appearing on talk shows and discussions, where he could share his stories and experiences with audiences. He found new joy in conveying lessons, life experiences, and inspiration, not just to sports fans but to anyone in need of motivation. Michael Strahan left a mark not only on the hearts of his fans but also inspired the next generation. He became an icon not only on the field but also in real life, reminding everyone about the importance of dreams and relentless effort. After retiring, Michael Strahan did not want to stop at being a former player. He felt there were many more things to explore, and the desire to connect with a wider audience through television drove him. In 2010, Michael entered the television industry as co-host of Live with Kelly and Michael, teaming up with Kelly Ripa. Their pairing quickly created an irresistible appeal. Michael brought not only good looks but also a humorous and friendly style that attracted audience interest. His charismatic personality enlivened the show. Audiences not only enjoyed the interviews but also felt the genuine emotions Michael brought. With his natural communication skills, he created memorable and humorous moments, a factor that helped the show attract a large viewership. The early days in his new role were not easy for Michael. He had to get used to standing in front of the camera and presenting himself more confidently. Initially, he was nervous about coming up with interesting stories, but thanks to his humorous nature and ability to listen, Michael slowly found his unique voice. He was not just a host but became a companion to viewers every morning. Alongside his television career, Michael focused heavily on engaging in charitable activities. He had shared that the values his family instilled in him guided him in wanting to make a difference in the community. Michael participated in many campaigns and charitable events, especially those aimed at helping underprivileged children. One of Michael's standout projects was organizing sports activities to encourage children to engage in physical exercise and learn values through sports. He wanted to inspire kids to not only work on their physical fitness but also develop teamwork and leadership skills. He often appeared at sports events and held meet and greet sessions where kids could learn from sports heroes like Michael himself. Additionally, Michael collaborated with numerous nonprofit organizations to establish scholarship funds to support students from difficult circumstances in pursuing their educational dreams. These efforts not only opened doors for the children but also deepened Michael's understanding of the challenges many kids faced, motivating him to give even more back to the community. In his personal life, Michael Strahan experienced ups and downs in marriage. He married his first wife, Wendy Strahan, in 1992, but the marriage did not last long. The couple divorced in 1996, but this did not dampen Michael's spirit. He learned a lot from his first relationship, from understanding the value of communication to accepting that not everything in life goes according to plan. After several years of being single, Michael married his second wife, Jean Mugley, in 1999. Their relationship was seen as a beautiful romance, and they welcomed twin daughters, Isabella and Sophia. Michael loved his daughters deeply and tried to spend quality time with them while balancing his television work and family life. However, his marriage to Jean also faced difficulties. They divorced in 2006, and the separation was quite shocking to the community. During that time, Michael faced a lot of criticism from the media, but it was also a time when he realized he needed to stand firm and overcome those challenges. He began to look at life from a different perspective, striving to improve himself and be a good father to his children. With growing fame, Michael Strahan found that his private life became harder to navigate under public scrutiny. When you are a star, every action you take is watched. He had to deal with sensational headlines, false rumors, and public scrutiny. It only takes a single moment for Michael to become the center of lively discussions, and this pressure became overwhelming. Michael learned to cope with this pressure by building a solid protective layer around himself. He spent time with family and friends, those who truly understood and loved him, helping him maintain balance in his life. Sometimes, simple things like going for a run, playing sports, or participating in charitable activities helped him feel more relaxed. Furthermore, Michael learned not to let outside criticism affect his self-worth. He found strength in accepting himself and being proud of the legacy he was building. Instead of focusing on the negatives, Michael redirected his energy toward self-development, excelling in television projects, and positively impacting society. Michael Strahan is not just a sports star, but also a role model for younger generations. His story is proof of overcoming difficulties and achieving dreams. Michael learned that strength comes not only from success but from how you face the challenges in life. Thank you all for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to help me get more motivation to make better videos. See you.